The Beverly Hillbillies.
What you got there, Ellie?
This here's a seal, Pa. Mark give him to me.
Is that a fact?
Yes, sir. Look what I done learned it. Fetch it, boy.
What you aim to do with him?
Learn to be helpful. Mark says when we goes to farm in the ocean, we'll use critters like this for farming. How do you like that, Pa?
That's right, clever, Ellie. I don't see how much use that'd be around a farm.
Well, I'll commence learning other things as quick as Mark gets here.
Ellie, does Granny know that Mark gave you that critter?
No, sir, not yet.
Well, I believe I'd keep it that way if I was you. It'd just get her riled.
Well, I think we're safe for a while, Pa. Granny's been sticking real close to the house this morning. Almost like she's expecting somebody.
Shorty,
I'm here, Granny. Shorty to the rescue.
I told you to get here as fast as you could. Why didn't you fly?
I did. One downgrade hit pretty near 40 miles an hour.
I meant in the aeroplane.
Oh, no. A fella needs a car out here. I'm still single, you know. I figured to date me a Hollywood cutie.
I ain't got no time for dating. Like I told you on the telephone, I got troubles and I need your... What in blue blazes are you doing with all of them guns?
Well, when you said you had trouble, I figured we'd need shooting iron.
You ain't never fired a gun in your life.
I can load for you.
The kind of trouble I got calls for brains, not guns.
I brung them too. What's the problem?
Ellie just fell in love with a frog.
What?
Well, he ain't all... Now, what do you want?
I want to know what you two are supposed... Oh, hey, look at the guns. Hey, are you starting a feud? Is that it? Hey, can I be on your side? Or who we fight?
Leave the guns alone. Just take Shorty's suitcases in the house.
Gee whiz, Granny. I want to know what y'all is doing.
Like I told you, it's for me to know and you to find out.
Granny, must have dust in my ear. It sounded like you said Ellie had fell in love with a frog.
Well, he ain't all frog, just half. He's what you call a naval frogman. From the navel down, he's frog.
You joking?
And that ain't the worst of it. When he gets into the water, he goes all frog.
Does Ellie know?
She don't care. He has thrown some kind of a spell over her.
You mean they might get married?
Ain't that a frightening thought? That's why I sent for you. You gotta help me stop him.
Why me?
'Cause you're the only one I can turn to. You're from back home. You're a hill man. You got horse sense.
So Jed.
He used to have. Now he's got water on the brain just like the rest of the family.
No.
That frog man has got Jed believing that he can farm the ocean.
Farm the ocean?
Ain't it pitiful? I tell you, everybody but me has gone stark raving.
Well, look who's here. Shorty Kellums, how are you?
Fine, Jed, fine. How's yourself?
Why, I couldn't be better. What brings you out here to California?
Well, Granny called long distance and said...
Invited him out for the holidays.
Yeah, that's it. Said we'd have a white Christmas together.
White Christmas in Beverly Hills?
Ain't you heard? We're gonna have white smog this year.
Well, anyways, glad to have you out here, Shorty. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go talk to Mr. Drysdale about my new project.
What project is that, Jed?
What they call oceanography, Shorty. It's, farming oceans and such.
Well, did I tell you?
You're right, Granny. The man's gone soft in the loft.
Now you can see why I need you.
Yeah. I'll go wash up, and we'll put our heads together.
Fine.
Whose car?
Oh, it belongs to a feller from back in the hills.
Certainly carries an arsenal. I wouldn't want to cross him.
Oh, he wouldn't. What did you say, Mark?
I wouldn't want a fellow that well armed mad at me.
How'd you know?
Know what?
That he was mad at you.
Why would he be mad at me?
You mean Ellie didn't tell you about him?
Told me what?
That they was engaged back in the hills?
No.
Oh, yes. Ellie was promised to him when she first come of marrying age. 12.
Who is he? What's his name?
Kellums. Killer Kellums.
Killer.
Oh, he's the best shot back in the hills. And he's vowed to drop you on sight because you stole his girl.
I'm sure glad he left his guns in the car.
Oh, them is just his outside guns. He's in there waiting for you with his inside guns.
Strange that Ellie never...
Never mind that. Just be glad that I seen you before the killer did. Or he'd put so many holes in you, you'd throw a polka dot shadow.
Forgot my shaving kit, Granny. Howdy. My name's Kellums.
Kellums?
That's right.
Yeah, meet the killer.
I'm Shorty. Glad to meet you, killer.
All right, Mr. Clampett, you've said enough. Now you listen to me, and you listen good. I don't care what Mark Templeton says. I say oceanography is baloney. Farming the ocean is baloney. And you're not taking one red penny out of this bank for any such nonsense. Is that clear, Mr. Clampett?
I thought you were being a tiger all of a sudden.
I am a tiger, and I'm going to stay a tiger. I've decided there's only one way to handle a simple man like Jed Clampett. That's with force, power, authority.
Well, bully for you, but you happen to be wrong about oceanography.
Says who?
Says every thinking scientist and ecologist in the world. Well, we must save our oceans from pollution. Our environment is in terrible danger. The very existence of our planet is at stake.
Is it going to cost money?
Well, of course.
Then it's baloney. And that's what Jed Clampett is going to hear right from the tiger's mouth.
Miss Jane, Mr. Drysdale, I know you're busy, and I won't take a minute. I just want to say that I've made up my mind to put a heap of money into the study of oceanography.
Is that your final decision?
Yes, sir, it is.
Beautiful.
What?
I'm with Mr. Clampett 100%.
I thought oceanography was baloney.
You see what I have to contend with right here in my own bank? Miss Hathaway, can't you understand we must save the ocean from pollution? Our environment is in terrible danger. The very existence of this planet is at stake.
Chief, you are not to be believed.
Mr. Clampett, please me. Right, sir?
That's right, I do. And I'm kind of surprised at you, Miss Jane. Generally, you're real smart.
Well, not with this. When it comes to oceanography, she has a blind spot.
Chief, you are the lowest, the most...
Go ahead, revile me. Call me names. But I stand with Mr. Clampett, and so does every thinking scientist and ecologist in the world.
How can you be so completely...
Not another word. Mr. Clampett and I have taken enough abuse from you. Now get out of my office.
Chief.
Out! No! Or you'll be fired.
I don't know how much more humiliation I can stand. I try so hard to be honest and efficient, and all I get is...
I'm sorry that I had to turn into a tiger like that. But I decided the only way to handle a simple woman like Miss Hathaway is with force, power, authority.
Yeah, but you got her bawling.
Oh, not me, Mr. Clampett. Fear. The fear that you'll withdraw your money from this bank and she'll be out of work.
Well, I don't aim to draw it all out. Maybe just half.
Well, even half would upset her.
Miss Jane, I'm sorry, but I think it's only fair for me to haul off and tell you that I'm going to draw half of my money out of this bank and spend it on oceanography and ecology and such. That seemed to make her real happy.
That was hysteria.
Well, damage is done, so let's go on down to the cashier and get the money.
No, wait. That might push her over the edge emotionally. Let me bring it to you later.
Well, whatever you think is best.
I'll leave it to me.
Well, Chief, your duplicity did not work. Despite all your devious conniving, honesty and virtue have triumphed.
Cashier, make out a certified check for $48 million. Charges at the Clapper account.
Wonderful.
Also, send up 2 husky guards and a straitjacket.
Chief, who's the straitjacket for? Chief, who's the straitjacket for? Chief, what do you intend to do with the straitjacket?
All ready for victuals, Granny.
I thought you was going to shave.
What made you think that?
Well, you came to get your shaving kit out of the car.
I don't keep no razor in there.
What do you keep in there?
Aftershave lotion.
What do you need that for if you don't shave?
Drives the women wild.
Well, you spoiled everything. I had Mark Templeton believing that you was a killer.
I am a killer. Lady killer.
Shorty killer.
Hello, Ellie Mae.
Sure, it's good to see you again.
Don't hug him, Ellie. He thinks he's a lady killer already.
Well, it's just a back-home friendship hug, Granny.
Well, if you want to show him some back-home friendship, give him a kiss.
Kiss?
Yeah, go on, a great big smooch.
Do what your granny says.
Hurry up, Ellie. Mustn't disturb the lovers' reunion.
Lovers?
How about one for the road?
Shorty, you're a rascal.
How about one for the rascal?
They are doing a lot of kissing.
Naturally. Like I told you, them two got engaged years ago.
On the level?
No, back in the hills. Now, you run along and forget about Ellie. Them two will be tying the knot any day now.
She can't marry him. He's too old.
Oh, don't let his looks fool you. Them whiskers hides the face of a boy.
They certainly do.
Now, I'll tell Ellie that you wished her every happiness. So long, Mark.
Can't go without seeing her. I want to know why she never mentioned Mr. Collins before.
Oh, don't blame her. It was her pa that promised her hand.
When she was 12?
Yeah. Folks was beginning to call her an old maid.
You know, they get married early back in the hills, but couldn't her father have found someone younger and maybe better looking?
Mark, you gotta understand that Jed was poor as a church mouse in them days. Mr. Kellums was wealthy. He offered Jed a mule.
A mule? For his only daughter?
The way Jed felt about it, he wasn't losing a daughter. He was gaining a mule.
What's going on?
Oh, Jed, you're just in time to say goodbye to Mark. He has to rush away.
No, I don't. And I'd like to talk to Mr. Clamper.
He's too busy.
No, I'm not. What do you want to talk about, Mark?
Ellie and the mule?
Ellie and the mule.
You remember that, Jed? Ellie and the mule, dee-dum-doo. Ellie and the mule, dee-dum-doo. Jed had the plow, and that's his how. That's what happened to Ellie and the mule. That's a dandy.
Granny, what are you up to?
This is the second chorus. Ellie and the mule,
Now, wait a minute. Just settle down.
Granny, I wish you hadn't made me kiss Shorty. That rascal wouldn't turn me loose.
Granny made you kiss him?
No, it was love that done it.
I don't love Shorty. He's just my friend.
Weren't you engaged to marry him?
Marry Shorty? Course not.
What made you think that, Mark?
Granny told me.
Granny told you?
She said you promised Ellie to Shorty when she was 12 years old.
Granny said that?
Said your father traded you for a mule.
That's terrible.
Where you going, Granny?
You all thrash this out amongst yourselves. I don't want to get mixed up in other folks' problems.
Oh, hi, Mr. Drysdale. I was just calling you about the money.
And there it is, Mr. Clampett. A certified check for $48 million. I'm sorry for the delay, but we had a little problem with Miss Hathaway.
What kind of problem?
Well, there's nothing to worry about. I'll see that she gets the best of care.
Care? What's wrong with her?
Now, let me worry about her. You just have a good time spending all this money.
Mr. Drysdale, what happened to Miss Jane?
Well, unfortunately, she got a look at this check. But the doctor says a couple of years in a sanitarium and she'll be just fine.
Sanitarium? Mr. Drysdale, wait a minute. I want to... Miss Jane.
Ah! Don't get too close. It took 2 husky guards and me to get her into that straitjacket.
I think she's trying to tell me something. Let me get that gag out of her mouth.
No. Be glad it's there. When she saw that check, she started screaming, calling you names. Oh, shocking.
I feel terrible.
Oh, forget it. What's one secretary compared to the importance of spending $48 million to grow seaweed?
Miss Jane, I can't let this happen to you. Now watch. You see this old check? And tear it up into little bitsy pieces. Look at her, Mr. Drysdale. She feels better already.
Bless you, my friend. A small loss for oceanography, a giant gain for humanity.
Now, you're going to be all right, Miss Jane. Don't you worry about a thing. You take good care of her, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, I will.
How soon is fiddles, Granny?
Oh, in about a half hour or so. What in tarnation is that get up for?
Oh, I'm going down to Cement Pond and get a look at that Mark Templeton. I ain't never seen a fellow that's half frog.
Well, don't let him get you into the water, or he'll turn you into a frog.
You joshing.
Oh, no, I ain't. And if that happens, there's only 2 ways to turn you back.
What are they?
Take you to Dr. Cleaner, or get you kissed by a pretty girl.
I'll take the pretty girl.
This ain't no joking matter now, Shorty. If that naval frogman gets you into the water, you're a goner.
Oh, stop worrying, Granny. He ain't gonna turn me into no frog.
Well, you see that he don't. I want you the way you are, such as it is.
So, in order to keep Miss Jane from going plumb out of her mind, I tore up the check.
Oh, Paul.
That's a shame.
Oh, well, I haven't changed my mind about oceanography. Quick as she's herself again, we'll work something out.
Good. It's a wonderful cause.
And right interesting, too. Ellie tells me we're going to be using critters like that to help us farm the ocean.
That's right. Excuse me. I'll go slip out of this gear and get dressed.
I'll get dressed, too. Here, Paul, you can play with the seal. If he does good, be sure to reward him with a little piece of fish.
All right, now remember, don't say nothing to Granny about you having that critter.
Oh, I won't, Paul.
All right, fella, let's see what you can do.
You leaving, Ellie?
Oh, yes, sir, Shorty. Gonna get dressed and help Granny with the vittles.
Hi, Jed.
Hi, Shorty.
Where's that there frog feller?
Oh, he's in the dressing room putting his clothes on.
Doggone it. I wanted to get a look at his frog legs and his flippers.
I'm going in. He'll show them to you.
He will?
Sure.
He ain't self-conscious about it, huh?
Not at all.
Hot dog, I ain't never... Oh. What's that thing?
That's a seal.
Well, I declare. I never seen one of them things before.
They don't have them back in the hills. They're the ocean critter.
Cute little rascal. He got whiskers just like me.
Yeah, he does favor you a mite.
How I'll see you at Vittles, Jed.
All right, Shorty.
Granny, I'll get dressed and help you.
Oh, thank you, darling. Is Shorty down at the cement pond?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. I best go fetch her.
Oh, no, ma'am. Don't go down to Cement Pond.
Why not?
Well, it's awful cold down there, and you might freeze. Now, you wait here. I'll be right back.
Her with bare legs, and I might freeze. What kind of foolishness is that? I best go see what's going on.
Where are you going, Granny?
Down the cement pond.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Why not?
Well, it's awful hot.
Ellie says it's cold.
Well, it's both. The air's hot and the water's cold.
Jed, what is it that you and Ellie don't want me to see?
Well, you're going to find out sooner or later. You might as well go on down there and get all the screaming and yelling over with.
Is it that bad?
Oh, we don't think so, but it's likely to rouse you.
Land sakes. It's happened. Shorty, I hear you splashing around, but where are you? It's you, all right. You still got your whiskers, but you ain't a frog. What are you?
Well, Granny, go ahead. Let off steam. Get it over with.
Mark Templeton done this, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
How come he ain't a frog?
Well, a frog wouldn't be no help to us farming the ocean.
Farming the ocean?
Yeah, Mark says we're going to use that little fella for a farm animal. He's going to fetch and carry for us.
You aim to make a beast of burden out of him?
I won't hurt him. He likes it. Watch here. That's a good fella. Here you are.
What was that?
Well, every time he does a good job, I give him a piece of raw fish.
Jed, your heart has turned to stone. Get that poor devil out of the water.
Ah, he likes it in there. Come on, let's eat.
Shorty, you got yourself in this mess because you wouldn't listen to... Come over here, I'm talking to you. Oh, what's the use? Your life is ruined, and all you want to do is play ball.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a film